Hey guys, insanityizgood here, and welcome to my holiday special. I hope the holiday season has not been too rough for you, and that you have a good one. It's been pretty stressful and crazy on my end, but I got the next 2 days off, so I'm happy about that. So to celebrate, we're gonna do Dear Esther Landmark Edition, which ironically was losing in the poll, and then at the last minute it just like, I don't know, a few people voted for it and it just left the rest, the witness and drowning in the dust. So we're gonna be playing this today. So I've got the lights of my Christmas tree. I've got some, what is this? Green tea with honey and lemon, which I'm gonna take a swig of really quick because I'm talking a lot today and my throat kind of hurts. Lots of good stuff. Yeah, iced tea has kind of been my jam lately. Alright, oh, and I also want to say, congratulations to Rox and T for being my channel's moderators. Yay! Good job, guys, you did it! Yeah, after the last episode, we realized pretty quickly that now that trolls are starting to pop in here, that we need to have some mods, so they were both kind enough to offer to do so. So everybody play nice. Don't say anything too inappropriate. I mean, I don't mind swearing because I fucking swear all the time. Shit. But, let's keep the poo-poo and pee-pee talk for, I don't know, stand-up special or something. Okay. Go ahead and start. There's what? The lighthouse, the buoy, the caves, and the beacon. So I guess there's 4 areas. Progress is saved at the end of each chapter. Oh, and you can do director's commentary. We're not gonna do that. I might do that after I beat it. And then, I don't know, maybe I'll do a video and you guys can see my face and I'll talk about it. So, let's go to the lighthouse. All I know about this is that the China Room made it. And the China Room were the people that did Amnesia and Machine for Pigs.
Dear Esther, I have lost track of how long I have been here, and how many visits I have made overall. Certainly the landmarks are now so familiar to me that I have to remind myself to actually see the forms and shapes in front of me. I could stumble blind across these rocks, the edges of these precipices, without fear of missing my step and plummeting down to sea. Besides, I have always considered that if one is to fall, it is critical to keep one's eyes firmly open.
It's kind of morbid. Can I... Whoa, that's weird. You can zoom in and look at things with X. Same with square. Okay. Yeah, all you can do is zoom in and look at things, so I guess the controls are fairly simple. And a lot of washed up boats. See, now I regret doing that because now my stomach's feeling kind of bleh. Okay, let's go. Let's go in the house proper. Oh wow, okay, I didn't even have to turn it on, they just did it for me. Thank you, person. Nothing in the bathroom, nothing in the toilet, no. It's been abandoned a long time, it looks like. Bunch of trash everywhere. Food and goods, 19 something. Really old. Another book. Can't really tell what it says though. It's boarded up. Whoa. What's this? That's weird. Am I meant to write this down? I don't know. Well, let's check out the shack next door. I guess depending on, I mean, I guess I just have to progress, we'll see. I might have to, whoa. Ah. Seal. May have to grab some paper, take some notes. Okay, so this is where the paint came from. There's a lot of it. The glow-in-the-dark paint, why would... Well, I guess maybe they would need it for the lighthouse, so you can see it. It's kind of crazy, you can see the wind coming up off the waves. Graphics are pretty nice, actually. Like it's pretty. Kind of want to put a hoodie on or something though. This wind is making me want to bundle up. Can we go swimming? See how far out we can get. Look at that, that's pretty.
Come back.
Whoa! Sheena? I don't know how to pronounce that. That was interesting. Come back, he said. Well, we did. So just keep on keeping on.
At night, you can see the lights sometimes from a passing tanker or trawler. From up on the cliffs, they are mundane. But down here, they fugue into ambiguity. For instance, I cannot readily tell if they belong above or below the waves. The distinction now seems banal. Why not everything and all at once? There's nothing better to do here than indulge in contradictions whilst waiting for the fabric of life to unravel.
Should I go up the stairs or go down the path? Let's go up the stairs really quick. You can't run or anything. It's actually a really calming game. It's kind of nice. Compared to solo, which seems like I got my asshole clenched the whole fucking time, like. There's the lighthouse. Okay, let's go. Where's that the lighthouse I want to get to? I don't know. Should we go back? Go down that other trail?
A wonderful sight. The moon cresting the junction between the cliff path and the stone circle. It cast a shadow of the ridge across the beach, All the world as if you had signed your name in untidy handwriting.
Oh, we're getting too close to the edge there. Go back down.
When someone had died or was dying, or was so ill they gave up what little hope they could sacrifice, they cut parallel lines into the cliff, exposing the white chalk beneath. You could see them from the mainland or the fishing boats, and know to send aid or impose a cordon of protection, and wait a generation until whatever pestilence stalked the cliff paths died along with its hosts. My lines are just for this.
What up?
To keep any would-be rescuers at bay. The infection is not simply of the flesh.
What? Infection? Can I run? No, I can just zoom in. Yeah, I can't. Fucking... Let's go down to the beach. What's up, my friend? This is really soothing. I kind of regret not playing it sooner. It's not very action-packed or anything, but I don't know, things have been pretty stressful lately at work, so I'm like really digging this, how calm it is. It's nice. It's really nice. Okay, let's... It took less time.
Was playing the Dragon Quest Builders 2 demo and didn't see you were live.
Oh, that's okay. I hope you had fun. I heard it was pretty fun. I know a lot of people were excited for it. Yeah, let's walk along the beach. See if anything. This kind of reminds me of Hellblade a little bit. The beach and the rocks. Man, that's nice. It's like looking at a painting. Whoa. That's a bit odd.
They call it a jumbo demo, and they weren't kidding. I've been playing for several hours now, and I still don't know when the demo ends. Skipping the rest. It is.
Oh. Well, that's good. Demos that are really short are kind of disappointing. Cannon, what, those lines that were etched in, those were...
I have found the ship's manifest, crumpled and waterlogged under a stash of paint cans. It tells me that along with this present cargo, there was a large quantity of antacid yogurt bound for the European market. It must have washed out to sea. God knows there are no longer gulls or goats here to eat it.
Oh,
Looked like a Fibonacci spiral.
Yeah, kind of. There are... Oh, whoa, we got options. We can go this way or back up the path. Well, let's go this way, I guess. Tire. I don't know what that is. Can I... Oh, that's dead. Oh, okay, dead end. There was another really weird... I mean, and you can see it if you... rewind later, in the, like, house, that you start at. There was another really kind of weird sort of runic looking thing painted on the wall. I'm not sure what the meaning is. I just feel, I don't want to step on it. It just feels disrespectful for some reason. Okay. Let's go back to where we're supposed to go. Wondering how this will tie together. I guess we must be Esther, and we're looking for the guy who has written us the letters. I'm guessing. Doesn't want to be found though. Just a bit odd. Okay, dude. At least she seemed to be walking a lot faster when we were going back and forward. So we're not going to, yeah, we're not going to that lighthouse. We're going to this one. The beacon. Blinking. Yeah, there's the agents he talked about. It's a good thing this wind isn't too strong. Fall right off the edge. Okay. There's a bunch of paint cans in the shack at the beginning. But I didn't see anything I could like pick up or anything. Just kinda... The path curves here. Oh, what's that? These cairns? Huh. Those flowers are pretty.
They were God-fearing people, those shepherds. There was no love in the relationship. Donnelly tells me that they had one Bible that was passed around in strict rotation. It was stolen by a visiting monk in 1776, 2 years before the island was abandoned altogether. In the interim, I wonder, did they assign chapter and verse to the stones and grasses, marking the geography with a superimposed significance that they could actually walk the Bible and inhabit its contradictions?
I have no idea if I'm going the right way or not. Yeah, so I guess people lived here were shepherds. And they must have built these stones.
Dear Esther, I met Paul. I made my own little pilgrimage. My Damascus, a small semi-detached on the outskirts of Wolverhampton. We drank coffee in his kitchen and tried to connect to one another. Although he knew I hadn't come in search of an apology, reason or retribution, he still spiraled in panic, thrown high and lucid by his own dented bonnet. Responsibility had made him old. Like us, he'd already passed beyond any conceivable boundary of life.
I wonder what Paul is. I guess we're gonna go in this cave. Spooky.
I would leave you presents outside your retreat in this interim space between cliff and beach. I would leave you loaves and fishes, but the fish stocks have been depleted and I've run out of bread. I would row you back to your homeland in a bottomless boat, but I fear we would both be driven mad by the chatter of the sea creatures.
What? Whoa, what's that? Oh, see, there it is again, that glow-in-the-dark splitter. Whoa! Oh, this looks cool. Whoa! Someone was painting. Yeah, the ruins in the, or not the ruins, not the runes in the little abandoned house looked kind of like this. I wonder what it means. Reminds me of a tree almost. Come on. That's kind of cool. I see there are seagulls. Just made a little loop around, but whatever. This music is really nice.
I dreamt I stood in the center of the sun, and the solar radiation cooked my heart from the inside. My teeth will curl, and my fingernails fall off into my pockets like loose change. If I could stomach, I'd eat, but all I seem capable of is salt water. Were the livestock still here, I could turn feral and gorge.
It's sad but soothing.
I'm as emaciated as a body on a slab, opened up for a premature source of death. I've rowed to this island in a heart without a bottom, all the bacteria of my gut rising up to sing to me.
Wow. Now, was that your dream, or are you really dying, man? Like, it is sad, but soothing. What a very soothing. Oh, here's the collection of stones I saw from up there. That sounded kind of weird. Okay. Getting kind of dark here. Loading. Oh, dude. Donnelly.
Dear Esther, I have now driven the stretch of the M5 between Exeter and Bristol over 21 times. But although I have all the reports and all the witnesses, and have cross-referenced them within a millimetre using my ordnance survey maps, I simply cannot find the location. You'd think there would be marks to serve as some evidence. It's somewhere between the turnoff for Sanford and the welcome break services. But although I can always see it in my rearview mirror, I have as yet been unable to pull ashore.
Okay. I guess that was first chapter and we're on the second one. Let's keep working on. Oh, whoa! Ships and stuff. Okay. So should we go look at the ships or the blinking thing? Or, okay, I guess we'll say right or left? You guys can choose.
Right.
Okay, we'll go right. Check out the ships.
Right.
Maybe there's pirate treasure on the boats. That'd be pretty cool. That or there's just a bunch of that yogurt he was talking about. There's a bunch of... Man, somebody needs to clean up this beach. It's covered in trash. Fucked up. Does look like something a kid would be like super stoked to play on. I can't jump. Ah. Oh man, I want to go on the boat. It won't let me. Fine. Go over here.
There must be a hole in the bottom of the boat. How else could new hermits have arrived?
Nope, can't go any farther. So we can't go on the boat, at least at this end. Wait, does that... Is that just white or... Hold on. Yeah, that's just white. I thought for a second it was letters. Is that something? Whoops. I keep running into the freaking fence posts. Let's see what else there is here. So I guess he isn't the only hermit. That thing's washed up pretty fucking good, man. That's kind of a bummer you can't go on the boat. Okay, well... Huh. Let's keep going this way. You can see the beacon a little bit better.
An imagined answer phone message. The tires are flat, the wheel spins loosely, and the brake fluid has run like ink over this map, staining the landmarks and rendering the coastline mute, compromised. Where you saw galaxies, I saw only bruises cut into the cliff by my lack of sobriety.
It is letters. Something... Did he eat nor drink? Hold on. I can't... Let's see. And... Oh, and neither did he eat nor drink. Huh. This is pretty interesting. Like, I like that it's, wow. That's just little things you notice. Closer to that. Lighthouse, or... Well, no, it's not really a lighthouse. I don't even know what that is, really. It's like a... some kind of tower? Some sort of like a radio tower? Maybe we just got washed up here and we found the guy's letters to the Esther lady. This is where we started. I guess we just made a circle. Okay, well. I don't think I missed a turn or anything. I mean, I'm assuming that the goal is to get to that tower. Nope, okay, yeah. I guess that's just back the way. Didn't notice a path on this cliffside here. Because that just leads down. So there must be something over here to the right. West.
Can you go up where the rune was by the ships?
Let's see, that just turns and goes back that way. Let me go try. I don't think so, but let me walk back over there. We'll see if it'll let us do it. Ticks all over. Can't go up there. Can't go up these rocks. Nope. Oh, wait a second, I see some. Really? No Skyrim climbing, I guess. There's gotta be a way up there, because I just saw a, one of these fences. Hold on, maybe this is it right here. I go to the left. This way.
I had kidney stones, and you visited me in the hospital. After the operation, when I was still half submerged in anesthetic, your outline and your speech both blurred. Now my stones have grown into an island and made their escape, and you have been rendered opaque by the car of a drunk.
So, Esther's dead? Died in a car accident? Maybe?
When I first looked into the shaft, I swear I felt the stones in my stomach shift in recognition.
Fuck it.
Come back.
Oh, it did the same thing. I've been getting trophies every time I decide to toss myself into the abyss, or yeah, last time I went into the water, because I was curious to see how far out you could go. Farther than I expected, but excuse me. But yeah, every time you die, you just hear him say come back, and then you like get teleported.
I've begun my ascent on the windless slope of the western side. The setting sun was an inflamed eye squeezing shut against the light shone in by the doctors. My neck is aching through constantly craning my head up to track the light of the aerial. I must look downwards, follow the path under the island to a new beginning. The bothy was constructed originally in the early 1700s. By then, shepherding had formalized into a career. The first habitual shepherd was a man called Jakobsen, from a lineage of migratory Scandinavians. He was not considered a man of breeding by the mainlanders. He came here every summer whilst building the bothy, hoping eventually that becoming a man of property would secure him a wife and a lineage. Donnelly records that it did not work. He caught some disease from his malcontented goats and died 2 years after completing it. There was no one to carve white lines into the cliff for him, either.
Well, that's rude of them. I should have done that. These paintings.
It's a sad game, really.
It really is. It's that kind of like... Oh, there's another one, man. It's like that kind of bittersweet beauty. You know what I mean? vibe it gives me. It's like, it reminds me of like sitting in a windowsill with like a cup of like some kind of hot drink, wearing a sweater, watching like, I don't know, like in the fall, like some leaves are all dead and everything, but it's like raining and thundering. Like, I don't know, it's just kind of the, I don't know if this makes sense.
When the oil lamps ran out, I didn't pick up a torch, but used the moonlight to read by. When I've pulled the last shreds of sense from it, I will throw Donnelly's book from the cliffs, and perhaps myself with it. Maybe it will wash back up through the caves and erupt from the spring when the rain comes, making its return to the hermit's cave. Perhaps it will be back on the table when I wake. I think I may have thrown it into the sea several times before.
Melancholy.
Yeah. This is where he slept. Oh, can we go through his stuff? No. Aw. Boo. More books. I wonder if those symbols and paintings are from Donnelly's book. I don't want to assume that they are, but it seems pretty likely. So I guess we're going to the river cave next. Oh man, this path is getting really small.
He left his body to the medical school and was duly opened out for a crowd of students 21 days after his passing. The report is included in my edition of his book. The syphilis had torn through his guts like a drunk driver, scrambling his organs like eggs on a plate. But enough definition remained for a cursory examination, and, as I suspected, they found clear evidence of kidney stones. He's likely to have spent the last years of his life in considerable pain. Perhaps this is the root of his laudanum habit. Although its use makes him an unreliable witness, I find myself increasingly drawn into his orbit.
This is the same thing he does. Oh, here we go, some stairs for once. Oh, that must be the hermit cave up ahead. Skeleton of a ship. This has been here for quite some time, obviously. What? Should we go in the cave or go over there? Let's go over here really quick.
I really like this music cue. It reminded me of Oxenfree.
I haven't played that. Another suitcase. I've heard good things about it, though. But, there's a lot of PC games I'd like to do Let's Plays of, but I need a better computer and the equipment to do it first. Alright, let's go in the hermit cave.
I enjoyed watching Manly play it.
Got a light source here. Someone left a candle. Whoa. This kind of reminds me of Skyrim. Whoa! Just down we go. Jakobsen.
Donnelly's addiction is my one true constant. Even though I wake in false dawns and find the landscape changing, flowing in constantly through my tears, I know his reaching is always upon me.
We somehow survived. Yeah, I think I'll be able to beat this in one sitting. There's what, 4 chapters or something like that? 4 or 5, we're already on 3. This is cool. Well, I mean, I wouldn't recommend doing this in real life. The stones are glowing. They must have made the paint out of the dust from these stones or fungi or whatever it is. Oh, you can't walk up it. This is really cool. Oh, are they those mushrooms? This is really pretty.
It was as if someone had taken the car and shaken it like a cocktail. The glove compartment had been opened and emptied with the ashtrays and the boot. It made for a crumpled museum, a shattered exhibition.
Oh, that's really pretty. Seeing the reflection of the water combined with the drawings. Wow. Really detailed. They almost look mechanical must be going right behind someone. Because those candles wouldn't still be lit if it had been a while.
I swear some of those look like chemistry compositions.
That's what I kind of thought too. It reminded me of like, yeah, like
Some
diagrams.
of them are.
Yeah, like the diagrams you see. I never took chemistry, but I remember like in like science textbooks and stuff. Whoa. That is cool.
Okay, good. My eyes aren't being dumb.
Alright. Guess there's nowhere to go but down. That was incredibly lucky. Whoever this is must have amazing shoes because they're slipping all over the frickin' place. Whoa, this looks so cool. Okay, hands down, the caves is the coolest part of this game.
Haha, yeah, this guy climbs really well.
Yeah. I'd be slipping and falling on my ass and shit, skinning my knees. Oh, Lord. Oh, we made it up here, okay. Oh my god, it's so close to the edge. This cave have to offer, I wonder. Pretty big cave system. At least this isn't like Minecraft where you have to worry about monsters spawning in the dark.
In my final dream, I sat at peace with Jakobsen and watched the moon over the Sandford Junction. Goats grazed on the hard shoulder, a world gone to weed and redemption. He showed me his fever scars, and I mine, between each shoulder the nascency of flight.
Man, this is huge. God, I don't know where to go. This will go this way. Yeah, it's definitely some kind of chemical. Because it's saying, yeah, that's definitely squared. The two. There. Okay, well, let's check down here first. We'll go up. Also, because I want to wow. This looks so cool. Man, I haven't been in a cave in so long. Looks like that comes out of a slinger too, so it's just... Yeah, it looks like it's like chemistry equations. And then this looks like... It reminds me of like not a circuit board, like a motherboard or something, like a circuit thing. Did you see in computers? Crystals are glowing. Oh, those are rocks. I thought those were footprints for a second. Or are they footprints?
Has been talking about Donnelly's addiction to laudanum and his own lack of sobriety. Maybe it's drug formulas?
That's possible. Yeah, maybe he was trying to make a cure for the kidney stones, too. Because they both had that going on. I've never had one, but I've heard they're, like, extremely painful.
Some of them are circuit diagrams.
So that's what that. Whoa! Oh, so freaking cool.
This is a drowned man's face, reflected in the moonlit waters. It can only be a dead shepherd who has come to drunk drive you home.
Let's just drown then. Come on, what are you, an Olympic swimmer? Because I can't, like, jump or anything, so it's... Okay, there we go. That looks like, not, I don't want to say Hebrew, maybe, Islamic? I don't know what the language is. It reminds me of something that I've seen on some of my sisters. Religious stuff. She's Islam. What's that over here? Yeah, there's that again. The chemistry equation. Somebody's a little obsessed. Just a little bit. Sun 22D. Damascus is taken. Just keep saying that in front of them. God. Schizophrenia, how much? Away from being the city. And it shall be a ruinous heap. This is weird. Oh, we get to go swimming. Water level. Go into the waterfall. Oh, there we go. What the? Hospital bed. Well, we survived. Sparkling rocks. Oh, there's an actual name for it.
I
but
love the card.
we're just gonna call them sparkling rocks. So I've been tempted to buy those like kits they sell for like kids, where you could do like a gemstone dig thing, and like in every box, I mean, there's usually some kind of cool rock or something. Maybe someday I'll get one. It'll be fun. All right, that's another one down. Esther. Oh, that was. Oh. Okay. So this is really dark. Woo. The moon, she is beautiful.
I sat here and watched two jets carve parallel white lines into the sky. They charted their course, and I followed them for 21 minutes until they turned off near Sanford and were lost. If I were a gull, I would abandon my nest and join them. I would starve my brain of oxygen and suffer delusions of transcendence. I would tear the bottom from my boat and sail across the motorways until I reached this island once again.
Dude's like obsessed with this place. Car. Blood.
We shall begin to assemble our own version of the North Shore. We will scrawl in dead languages and electrical diagrams and hide them away for future theologians to muse and mumble over. We will send a letter to Esther Donnelly and demand her answer. We will mix the paint with ashes and tarmac and the glow from our infections. We will paint a moon over the Sanford Junction and blue lights falling like stars along the hard shoulder.
Oh, it was a machine. So I guess Esther Donnelly must be Donnelly's wife or something. Aside from the badass crystals that came, of course. We get to see a dolphin? Or is it just another way we can... Oh, we made it! Oh, it was the cave! No shit! That's pretty. Alright, well... I guess we can see if we can go over here at all. Go immediate death. Wow. Okay.
Come back.
Yeah, it's that machine. I wonder what that is. Is it like some kind of medical machine, or it must be. Okay. Let's go back. Continue on. The whole time it looked like it's gonna rain, but it hasn't rained yet. Okay, so I think we want to get up there. Let's see what we can do. Oh, more cave paintings. Yeah, this is clearly a molecule diagram. So there's a photo. Of a person. Oh, that's supposed to be Donnelly or the narrator? Esther? Who knows? Let's see what they put here. Car stuff. We kept seeing car parts throughout the island. I think whoever we're playing as is dead. They died in a car accident.
There were chemical diagrams on the posters on the walls on the waiting room. It seemed appropriate at the time. Still life abstractions of the processes which had already begun to break down your nerves and your muscles in the next room. I crammed diazepam as I once crammed for chemistry examinations. I am revising my options for a long and happy life.
Light from heaven shone around him. I can't go wrong with following the candles. My Google Assistant started for...
From here, I can see my armada. I collected all the letters I'd ever meant to send to you, if I'd have ever made it to the mainland, but had instead collected at the bottom of my rucksack, and I spread them out along the lost beach. Then I took each and every one, and I folded them into boats. I folded you into the creases, and then As the sun was setting, I set the fleet to sail. Shattered into 21 pieces, I consigned you to the Atlantic, and I sat here until I'd watched all of you sink.
Let's see what's over here. Man of the Rocks. Oh yeah, there's the little paper boats. We've got a bunker situation here. Let's go over here first. Filling the bunker's going to be the last thing we do, probably. Or perhaps not. Oh wait, this is just going back with the, okay, yeah. And this is just going, that was just going back when we came, whoops. I don't want to trigger the last chapter. Let's go back down and go to that. Is that this? Oh. On a sudden, like from heaven, showed around him, and he fell to the ground. Eggs in a nest. Weird. No, I guess it wasn't a bunker, it was just a fucking shack. Thought it was a bunker there for a second. I was like, that door better not close behind me. Okay. Let's see if we can get to that radio tower. Well, while we're walking, I guess I'll ask, what is everybody's favorite festive song?
I will drag my leg behind me. I will drag it like a crumpled hatchback, tires blown and sparking across the dimming lights of my vision. I'm running out of painkillers and am following the flicker of the moon home. When Paul keeled over dead on the road to Damascus, they restarted his heart with the jump leads from a crumpled hatchback. It took 21 attempts to convince it to wake up.
Wow. That's just a candle.
I've begun my voyage in a paper boat without a bottom. I will fly to the moon in it. I've been folded along a crease in time, a weakness in the sheet of life. Now you've settled on the opposite side of the paper to me. I can see your traces in the ink that soaks through the fiber, the pulped vegetation. When we become waterlogged and the cage disintegrates, we will intermingle. When this paper aeroplane leaves the cliff edge and carves parallel vapor trails in the dark, we will come together.
And as he was... as he was proceeding on...
Fave holiday song is the Miser Brothers song from A Year Without a Santa Claus.
Proceeding on his journey. Divine is probably... what's this say? And was come near to Damascus. It's probably a tie between... I really like, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, because it gives me warm fuzzies inside. Nat King Cole's stuff's really good. I grew up, like, we would always listen to Nat King Cole's The Christmas Song album, The Carpenters' A Christmas Portrait album, and then Kenny G's Christmas album. I can't remember what it's called, but I remember the cover is him playing the clarinet in front of a fireplace, and then there's like a naked baby, and it shows like the baby's bare butt reaching up to the clarinet, which I guess it was supposed to be like a baby Jesus thing. I don't know, but yeah, so I like that, and Carpenter's Merry Christmas Darling is probably my favorite romantic one. Let's see, and
If only Donnelly had experienced this, he would have realized he was his own shoreline, as am I. Just as I am becoming this island, so he became his syphilis, retreating into the burning synapses, the stones, the infection.
Okay, and he was 3 days without...
That one from the Carpenters is definitely a favorite.
Without... oh, sight, that's what it says. Okay, what's this other one? Yeah, it's... I want to, like... it makes me want to, like, hold my hubby close and, like, slow dance.
Her voice
you know?
was perfect in pretty much all songs she did.
Yeah, it's... I always thought it was sad how she ended up passed away. Although that one song that they did, We've Only Just Begun, I can't listen to that in the same way anymore ever since I watched Room 1408. So now when I hear it, I get the heebie-jeebies, like... see, and neither did he eat nor drink. So I've watched a playthrough of Blair Witch, which, by the way, is coming to PlayStation pretty soon, which I'm pretty excited for. Yeah, there's a sequence in it that's kind of reminding me of this. I wonder if they got their inspiration for that part from this. We're almost to the top.
Returning to my car afterwards, hands still shaking, and a head split open by the impact. Goodbye to tearful aunts and traumatized uncles. Goodbye to the phenomenal. Goodbye to the tangible. Goodbye Wolverhampton. Goodbye Sanford. Goodbye Cromer. Goodbye Damascus. This cliff path is slippery in the dew. It is hard to climb with such an infection. I must carve out the bad flesh and sling it from the aerial. I must become infused with the very air.
Sounds like the homeboy has like lost his goddamn mind. That's really pretty. I kind of want to... How do you take a screenshot? PlayStation, I can't remember. Is it this? Hold on. Yeah! That's really pretty.
The share button. Yeah, the thing you did.
I always do it on accident. So it took me a second to... Okay, so I came to pass that as I made my journey something about Damascus, I guess? I don't know. I can't really read it.
The Damascus graffiti is so hard to read.
Yeah, something... Dude. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Right, I don't know. I could probably just look online to find out what it says. Okay, got it. Okay. Suddenly, something from heaven, shine from heaven? Shone from heaven, great light round about me. And could not see.
I have dredged these waters for the bones of the hermit, for the traces of Donnelly, for any sign of Jakobsen's flock, for the empty bottle that would incriminate him. I have scoured this stretch of motorway 21 times, attempting to recreate his trajectory, the point when his heart stopped dead and all he saw was the moon over the Sanford Junction. He was not drunk, Esther. He was not drunk at all, and it was not his fault. It was the converging lines that doomed him. This is not a recorded natural condition. The gulls do not fly so low over the motorway and cause him to swerve. The paint scored away from his car in lines like an infection, making directly for the heart.
Oh. Okay. See something that the glory, that light, being
I feel like this guy is not connected to reality so much anymore.
No, I don't think he is. Like, it seems like there was some kind of accident with a drunk driver, and he's trying to think of, like, a reason why, like, it happened, like, something that were with me. Damascus came to me. There's none of that. So I'll definitely have to play this with the director's commentary. It'll be very interesting.
We will leave twin vapor trails in the air, white lines etched into these rocks. Dear Esther, I have burnt my belongings, my books, this death certificate. Mine will be written all across this island. Who was Jakobsen? Who remembers him? Donnelly has written of him, but who was Donnelly? Who remembers him? I have painted, carved, hewn, scored into this space all that I could draw from him. There will be another to these shores to remember me. I will rise from the ocean like an island without bottom, come together like a stone, become an aerial, a beacon, that they will not forget you. We have always been drawn here. One day the gulls will return and nest in our bones and our history. I will look to my left and see Esther Donnelly flying beside me. I will look to my right and see Paul Jakobsen flying beside me. They will leave white lines carved into the air to reach the mainland, where help will be sent.
So I guess we're playing as him. And then he kills himself. So now I'm wondering if Donnelly is Esther Donnelly, or if Esther Donnelly is Donnelly's wife or whatever. You know, you totally died.
And before you hit the bottom, the strangest thing happens.
You grow wings, start flying along the beach.
It's very open to interpretation, this game.
Yeah. I'll say I'm seeing the shadow of a bird. There's the paper boats. A lot nicer than the ones in it.
If you get a chance, play it with the director's commentary. It points out a lot of cool things I missed.
Huh. Yeah, I think I'll have to, be interested to, do, oh, and then Paul. I don't know who Paul is, but, I mean, he was mentioned, but, yeah, I don't know if I would, stream the director's commentary. Although that might be interesting to do. Like, and then have like a discussion as we go through it or something. Maybe we'll save that for... I'll save that for another day. The silence is weird. I thought they'd keep like playing like the music. But I do want to play Amnesia Machine for Pigs. That they did. Like, I've watched playthroughs of it, but I've never played it myself. And the story was like really, really good and very, very sad. But it seemed pretty... I don't know. I don't know if the Chinese Room still does games or anything like that, but... A lot of people working on this project. The 2007 mod about the Chinese Room. Interesting stuff. Developed at the University of
I'm
Portsmouth.
pretty sure they still do games.
You'll have to look. Yeah, I'll have to look up and see what they've done recently, because the Amnesia one is the. All right. Well, yeah, that was Dear Esther, the landmark edition, which I guess just it includes the commentary, and I think they like remastered the graphics or something too. So that way on consoles and PCs, looks a bit more nice. But anyways,
They did Everybody's Gone to the Rapture and Amnesia, a Machine for Pigs.
I've heard of that. Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. Want to play that one too at some point, but yeah. Well, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a good holiday, whichever one you end up
Rapture ifed me up.
Yeah, it was good.
Emotionally.
Like, oh god, so if I play it, I'm probably gonna be a crying, sobbing mess, knowing me, like... But, alright, yeah, I hope you guys have a good holiday. Please like, comment, subscribe. You can support me on Patreon at patreon.com/insanityizgood, and then you can check out the rest of my playthroughs on, the channel. Unfortunately...
Happy holidays.
Thank you, you too. Unfortunately, I was gonna do, like, a video, actually talking about it, but sometimes I feel self-conscious showing my face or whatever. But unfortunately, my PS4, the optical drive crapped out, so it can't read discs anymore. So that's why I haven't been playing Death Stranding at all, which is extremely disappointing, because I found out the other day that apparently they pushed out an update where everybody, like all the characters, are wearing Santa hats, so I'm missing all of the Santa hat action, because I can't play it. But yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get a replacement at some point, and we can just transfer over. Sorry, transfer over the saves. So for now, I'm having to stick with like digital games, which thankfully I have a lot of, so there should still be plenty of content for me to pump out until then. So, but anyways, yeah, hope you guys have a good holiday week and things settle down with work and all that. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.